You guys just missed Elena talk about how soft her hair.
And my hair's really soft today. Feel it.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It's like silk. Well, other than the ends. The ends are a little rough. But for the most part, I was like, wow, why is my hair so soft today? I like barely did anything.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to The Bridge Live.
Hello.
We had some technical issues yesterday. We were getting set up because I wanted to do it in a different location until we get our banner made. But we have these weird mirrored windows on the outside of the building. And if you put anything too close to it, they don't get the Wi-Fi signal, and it goes up and down, and that's what happened because this is a Wi-Fi setup. So it took me a day to realize that, because when we first got over here, we had a lot of problems with getting too close to the windows with phones or anything, not getting signal.
Which is crazy to me. I've never had that issue. So
it's a lot better now. So
welcome
to The Bridge Live. We're excited. I'm Gavin.
Elena here.
We work here at The Bridge, and I decided we were going to start a little mini-series about Christian entertainment because South by Southwest is coming up, and that is my big week. I'm not going to be here all week. I will be downtown at 100 bajillion events, doing 100 bajillion interviews and watching 100 bajillion movies. And the gaming convention and the music, like, it's all down there. I started thinking about Christian entertainment. But before we get into that, let's do our Bridge News. So, our Sing Your Valentine contest. Didn't start the way we were expecting it to, because we were wondering...
Accurate.
Will people want $800 to Schlitterbahn and South Padre? Will they send us videos of them singing? The question is, first part, yes. Second part, no. No one really sent us videos, but once we started saying, just call them to the radio to sing, everybody started calling them to sing.
Which I get. I mean, singing on camera in front of... Like, we probably have no shame with that.
Yeah.
More, especially you, I think, more so than me. Like, I wouldn't do it alone. But, like, we were like, yeah, I guess that makes sense that, like, a lot of people would be nervous about that, so, like, that makes sense. But we're excited that y'all called in. We got, how many? Like,
18 total call-ins in a week and a half because we had to switch gears. And you can listen to them on the website. There's a blog post called the Sing Your Valentine's Playlist.
Yes.
And you can hear everybody singing it. It's really fun. Like, everyone really had a good time with it.
Yeah.
So everyone was excited to go. So tomorrow morning, Dave is drawing the 3 prize winners for the $800 to Schlitterbahn Resort in South Padre.
So listen to the morning show,
which is going to be kind of awesome. And so we will want to video you when you come pick it up.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get you to sing with us on camera. I don't really know yet.
You won't be alone. So like,
yeah, you won't be alone. Like, we'll all be like, hey.
What song is that?
I don't know. I made it up as I was going. This has been an interesting week for me because this is always the week where it's really interesting because my brother's birthday was on the 10th. My mom's is tomorrow and mine is on Friday.
My mom's was yesterday.
Right? So it's like this weird
so crazy.
clump of birthdays all in one week. So
that's the worst.
I've had dinners and
that's so good.
So much all week long, like just going out with different people because everyone wants to do this on this day or that on that day. So this is the first year I'm not doing a party at my house. We're going to go to pinballs on Friday. We're just going to all go out and go play video games and drive go-karts like idiots.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun. And it's a lot easier on you because then you have to worry about your house.
Oh no, my house is big and open and I love having people over.
Yeah, but like food and stuff, that's just like a hassle.
We can cook. Normally I do it as potluck. Everybody brings food.
Okay.
Because I love potlucks.
That's true. I'm always like, we can have my house and y'all can like help me bring the food. And I like usually do a few things. Like anything else, like bring it. But I like hosting people, but I don't have my own house. So when I do, I'm gonna be like,
oh, it's a lot of fun.
Home for everything.
It's a lot of work, but like we bring in food and we play board games all day.
Yeah, see, that's
which
like the dream.
Leading into our first topic today for the first part, we're gonna talk about family game nights when it comes to Christian entertainment because I did a blog post. You guys have heard me talk about a couple of months ago about Christian board games. I didn't know there was really such a thing.
There's quite a few.
But I blew her mind when I said there is a version of Bible Scrabble. It is literally labeled Bible Scrabble,
which doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm like, I just don't get it.
It's just Scrabble in a blue box. Like,
oh, I don't have my phone. I was like, which just I don't understand what makes it Bible Scrabble. Like, it's literally individual letters that you have to play words that are like places or whatever that are like biblical.
No, it's just literally labeled Bible Scrabble for people who won't buy any. See? Scrabble Bible Edition.
Hold on, let me check this out. Wait, that makes no sense to me.
It's just Scrabble with the word Bible.
You can go to godsoutlet.com and get it.
So I think this is designed strictly for people who will only buy Christian-based board games. Which leads me to start asking Elena some questions. Do you do game nights?
We used to a lot growing up. Now that we're all older and stuff, we haven't as much. We have done a few over the past couple months, especially when everyone wants together, like Christmas and stuff.
Bible Scrabble.
Yeah. You can get it on Amazon. 2 days if you have Amazon Prime. Forgot the question. Oh, but yes, we do a lot of board games. So, like, we have a lot of board games. We love board games. We also like card games. There's like, well, we call it Peanut because that's what they called it in Ohio when my mom was growing up. But it's basically Nerds. It's like the exact same thing, but we call it a different game. Have you heard of that?
No.
Oh, it's the card game where it's like solitaire, but like everyone plays on each other's.
Oh, okay.
It's so fun. So we play that a lot, and then we play Bibleopoly, which is the Christian one. It's like Monopoly, but it's Bible. So all the places
I have to know, what is Boardwalk on Bibleopoly?
What?
What is the last space on Bibleopoly?
I don't remember because I really didn't play Monopoly that much. I don't know anything much. Last time I played Monopoly was
Monopoly is Boardwalk, but on Bibleopoly, what is it?
What do you mean? What is Boardwalk? I don't know what that means. I don't remember.
Okay, so Monopoly,
I don't remember regular Monopoly.
Monopoly is where you go around the board, right?
Yeah.
Bibleopoly is the same thing, right? Yeah. So the last space before you restart, the 2 blue, it's Park Place and Boardwalk, the most valuable spaces.
Oh, the last ones, I think, are like Bethlehem, Jerusalem, and another one. I think, if I remember correctly, but don't quote me on that because it's been a while since I played. But yeah, so all the places are, places in the Bible, Nazareth, Capernaum, like all those places. And then you have 2 of the spaces, which I think in Monopoly are like the bad spaces or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they call them the Abyss. So then you get a card and you draw it, and it's usually something bad when really it's just like generosity more than likely. But in Monopoly and Bibleopoly, you like need money, so then you like give your money away, so it's like bad, but really you're like being generous, so it's like, okay, well,
Did you play any non-Bible games in your house?
Yeah, that's like the only like Bible game we played.
Because when I bring up game nights with most people, they think Scrabble, Monopoly, Sorry, Checkers.
We didn't play the normal games. Like we have you ever heard of the game Aggravation?
Yes.
Okay, so that one's, because it had 6 spaces and I had 3 siblings and then my parents, so it was perfect.
I'm so excited because I was expecting you to be like, oh no, I only know the basic games.
No, and we still play that game. We played over Christmas and we get so competitive with it. Like I cried last year. I was like bawling because everyone was getting it up against. We get really competitive in my family, so like that one is one that we'll play a lot that everyone enjoys, and yeah, that's probably the number one in the house that we play the most as a family.
See, I was thinking about this because our third one we're going to talk about movies, but Christians won't go see certain movies,
right?
Based on ratings, and board games are kind of the same way. Like there's this entire world of board games that have exploded. Like I've got 3 shelves of games in my house.
Damn.
I've got like 8 versions of Risk because I love Risk.
I've never played Risk.
I've got like StarCraft Risk, Halo Risk. I've got Star Wars Risk.
I didn't know that there were that many.
They all have different rules. It's because Risk has a basic rule set, but you can be adapted for themes. So I've got all these really fun games, and I was sitting there thinking, I don't know if Christians would play most of these games just based on the name of the board game or some of the imagery. Especially
if they're more specific like that. Like it's Harry Potter, like a lot of, Christian homes don't like Harry Potter. My mom didn't like it for the longest time, and then we grew up and she didn't really care after that. And
she stopped caring. She's like, go be a witch.
Yeah, both my aunts are very strong believers, and they're like obsessed with Harry Potter. So I think it's more whenever your kids get older, they can understand the difference between the two. But when they're young, I think that's probably why.
Even young, I could understand the difference between fantasy and reality. I didn't think E.T. was real.
I hated E.T.
We can't do this show anymore.
I watched it once and I didn't get it, but maybe I would probably have to go back because I was really little and it kind of freaked me out. So that's probably why. But I haven't watched it since. But I think that's probably why a lot of them probably don't get stuff like that too. Is you're right, because of imagery or whatever the case may be.
And it's just the way you were raised. So I have friends who do a lot of RPG games, which are where you play a character and you roll dice, which everyone just instantly assumes is Dungeons and Dragons. We all know the whole fiasco with Dungeons and Dragons. I have a version of Talisman.
I lost to a farmer one time.
I have the I have the Warhammer 40K version of Talisman.
Gosh, no.
Because I love Warhammer 40K. This is great.
Wow, I've never felt so nerdy before in my entire life.
Right?
But then when I talk about Talisman.
Because when some of the other people in our station, they do Bible trivias. They do I've showed you versions of Bible games. But I don't think Bible games can go as far as they really should because it's limited to its scope of what's going to be acceptable. Yeah. Like the Noah's Ark version of Operation. Let's take animal. I don't really understand the concept of that. But it's branded because people especially hardcore, quote unquote, faith based people won't look further than it says Bible, it says Christian. And there's this entire world of entertainment out there that I'm afraid that some people may never get to experience when it comes to board games, because there's nothing better than getting together to have a game night.
Yeah, it's so fun.
It is so much fun because
I love crying.
I have things that go from the original Fireball Island to the new Fireball Island. I've got games to play with people.
I have a question. What's your favorite game? Like, if you had to pick one board game, this is going to be fun. What game would it be and why?
You're going to laugh.
It's going to be like checkers.
Candyland.
Really?
I'm
Candyland
obsessed
is pretty fun.
with Candyland.
I loved Candyland growing up for like the long. Yeah, Candyland's fun. I haven't played Candyland in so long.
I have the original version of Candyland. I've got the retro version. I've got the one I grew up with. I have one.
What's the one you grew up with?
Because they keep changing the styles. Mine that I grew up with was not quite original, but it was very 80s. I have the very anime-inspired 2000s one. I've got a bookshelf one that was my kids'. I don't ever play it because I always end up back at Mr. Mint and I rage quit.
I literally never win that game.
I flipped the table once.
Every single time.
I was so mad. I flipped the table once and had a supervillain monologue about how I was going to destroy Mr. Mint.
We should play Candyland on here one day. Because I feel like it'd be really entertaining.
We would both be losing. We'd both be
so
at the
bad.
beginning.
We would get all the exact same cards. Yeah,
but
no, that's a fun one though.
It is fun.
That's interesting that you'd say Candyland.
I love the style. It's so simple.
Yeah.
But you know, then I've got games like I love Risk. Risk is one of the best types of games.
Remember Risk.
It's a world. It's like you're playing armies, but I have all the themed ones. Like I've got one called Godstorm that takes place in ancient Greece, where your soldiers can fight their way back from the underworld. So there's a whole separate board. You can seek Atlantis. There's all sorts of things you can do.
That is super intense.
But they're so involved, and now they're becoming technology savvy with apps involvement.
Yeah, like the Clue game. It's like there's the one where you have like the app on your phone or whatever, and you like do it. That's just I'm like, come on.
See, I don't have regular Clue. I have Aliens versus Predator Clue, where the Predator's trying to figure out where the aliens are. Like that's my house.
Yeah, all the technology based. I'm like, okay, what's the point? It's not a board game. It's basically like. I mean, it is.
I have a board game based on a video game that you have to use an app for. It's called XCOM, and it's 4 spots guarding a base from an alien invasion, and the app tells you what each person. It's all timed, and then random events will trigger to make the game harder, and that's exactly what it needs to be.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense. But for games like Clue, I'm like, do you really need that? Like basic Clue, I mean.
You do for the modern generation. It's the same reason why Disney's translating all their movies to live action, because the younger kids don't like the old stuff. Younger kids won't watch the cartoon movies anymore, so they have to translate them live action. I think board game nights, they went away for the longest time. And then there was this renaissance, and now they're coming back, and I'm really excited that there's board game cafes, there's board game meetups at comic book stores, there's board game conventions now.
Yeah, true.
And I'm really excited that you are like, yes, I know this game, Talisman. Like, I don't know anyone else who knows Talisman. Well, of course I do. But
I only know because my brother, and we would play it all the time, and I haven't played it so long. I want to play
Talisman is a game where you have to go around and...
You have a little character, and they have, like, special abilities.
Yeah.
And
it's expandable. I have a friend who has all 14 expansions of Talisman, and the board is bigger than this table. So
I've just played the basics, so like that's really intense. I don't think I'm like prepared. I don't think I'm ready for that much yet.
And so I worry
it's
that
fun, though.
There are people who are missing out on these great opportunities because it says magic, or because it says Harry Potter, or because it says aliens, or because it doesn't say Bible on it. Like, I think there's a point where there's a problem when you're selling Bible Scrabble. Just because it says Bible Scrabble, and it's twice as much as regular Scrabble.
Yeah.
I think you have a problem when that's what you're going to accept just because it says Bible on it.
Yeah, makes sense.
And you're missing out on worlds of fun and adventure.
Yeah, like a lot of my memories with my family always involve some sort of game we were playing. Mm-hmm. Like, it was always some sort of board game or card game or whatever. And, like, none of it had, other than Bibleopoly, none of it had, like, any Bible-esque, whatever, faith-based anything around it. It was just, like, the typical, whatever, average one. And
would they have bought Bible Scrabble?
No, they would have been like, we have Scrabble. It's, like, fine.
Yeah, I don't play
No,
Scrabble
I'm
because I
good.
don't spell very well, obviously.
We played the nice table that like spun on the same page. Like, it's not in there, it doesn't count. So everyone would just start typing in random letters, and they're like, "It works!" And they're like, "I don't know what it means, but
There we
Scrabble
go.
says it works." So that's fun.
So what is your favorite game before we wrap up?
Oh gosh.
You asked me. Obviously, you
I know.
you have your own.
I feel like it's aggravation. I feel like that's just a game that for me it never gets old, and it's always just really fun to play with, like my family especially, because we could get competitive. So even though it's pretty like simple marbles and a board kind of game,
Yeah.
like it's like real intense. Like the stakes are high, like as if like it's a world champion poker game. Like the stakes are high in that one.
I know people who are like that. See, in my house, all the games take an hour or two tops. My brother's
Yeah.
house, they're all day. Like, he has the X-Wings miniatures game for Star Wars, and they will clear off the floor, and they'll make asteroids, and they'll put Lego things together
That's
for things.
intense.
And they take all day to play it. Mine is, we'll pull out Fireball Island, it takes 45 minutes tops. We just keep burning each other with marbles. I mean, that's literally,
Yeah. We
my
just
house
play a
is
lot
just
of
quick
it.
fun.
Like aggravation, we'll play for like a while, but obviously it's not the same game. But,
True.
well, actually, sometimes it does take a while depending on how brutal everyone is to each other.
Yeah. One of the other favorite games we have is a card game. It's called Boss Monster, where you play a boss in an RPG dungeon, and you build out trap rooms to stop the hero from getting to you. So every round, you got to try to stop the hero from getting to you, and when they get to you, you lose a health point. But
Wow.
it's
But
just
they
about
have-
manipulating your dungeon to stop them.
Wait, that's so cool. That
It's
sounds like
super
fun.
simple, super fun. Another one we have is Epic Spell Wars of Mount Skullfire of Doom. It's this
That's a lot
comedic
of
game
words.
where you're wizards and you have to put together these ridiculous spells based on the beginning, middle, and end, and you attack each other. It takes like 20 minutes
Dang, that's
tops,
so fast.
but it's comedic as all get out. The fastest one I have is called We Didn't Play Test This at All, and everyone gets 2 cards, and really the game can last 1 round because they're all like, put this card face down. If you're the first one that puts it down, everyone else loses. It's really just the
Dang. That's
craziest.
intense. Do you have any games that, like, what's one game that you absolutely cannot stand and that you don't like to play at all?
Oh, I don't
Do you
have any of those.
You don't have any?
I'm not a huge fan of Monopoly.
I'm not either. That's why I don't remember Biblopoly that much, because, like, I never really liked
I own one
play it.
version.
Biblopoly was better, though.
It's Monopoly Gamer. It's Mario and Luigi.
Yeah.
Plays like Mario Kart. It's super fast. It's got bosses. So that's that. I'm not a huge fan of Monopoly.
Monopoly was just always so long, and I just, like, never won, so I hated it.
Well, I have a friend who's a professional game designer. He broke down exactly what Monopoly is. It took him 20 minutes, and after that, you're like, I don't want to play it ever again.
Wait, that's so crazy.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of psychology behind it, and intuitive things you don't even think about. But as a professional game designer, he broke it all down. I was like, I don't like Monopoly anymore.
Oh, no, I don't like it.
No, see, everything I've got.
I've never been a fan of Monopoly in general. I've maybe played it like 3 times in my life, and I remember one of those times. I
Well,
vaguely remember playing it.
I have friends
but,
who
like,
rage quit Monopoly after about 2 rounds. They're about done.
Yeah.
But yeah, like everything in my house is co-op based. Like I've got a game where you play firefighters trying to rescue people out of a house. We've got XCOM
So
where you're
crazy.
defending your base. We've got.
I've never heard of half of these games, so if y'all haven't either, then we're definitely on the same page.
Yeah, I go more the hardcore gamer route. She's more the family gamer route with things you can pick up at Target.
Hey, my
you're
sister works
starting
at
to
Target. We got a discount.
Yeah,
okay?
you're starting to see more of these games I play, like Ticket to Ride and stuff.
Oh, I've heard of Ticket to Ride, but I don't think I've
It's
ever
really
played it.
fun. You're starting to see more of them out there. So go out and start experimenting and just going out there and picking up something new to play. Because if you
They're
really want
super
something fun, pick up Disney Villainy, where you play the Disney villains. You're in your own world trying to set fates to over the world so you complete your plot first. It's really fun.
Oh, what's the Disney game? It was, oh my goodness. Oh, I can't remember the game. But there was a game, and it was Disney, and I cannot remember the name. But it's a board, and you can move your guy whatever space is in your role, and you move it. And it's like a film strip. And on every single thing, it has the picture of a different Disney movie. And you could either do, like, the children's cards or like the adult cards.
Trivial
which are
Pursuit. That's exactly what it is. You're doing Disney
but
versus
it's
Trivial Pursuit.
basically, but it had a different name.
Anyways,
I don't know.
we're going down
It was
this
the
rabbit
same,
hole of
but it
board
was
games
like
because we're
anyway,
too
that thing's
excited.
worth a fortune now. But that one was one we played a lot growing up too, And my brother always won because he's like a Disney expert. It like boggles
That would
my
be me.
mind.
Like, I lost my mind this morning because they released a trailer of Frozen 2 out of nowhere. And
He's
I love
There's
Frozen.
a Frozen 2 trailer out in November, and it's coming out in November. I was like, what?
I was too excited.
He's like, it's great. The animation and it's great. And I was like, I don't know anything about it, but it looks good to me.
Yeah, I went to school to be a Disney animator, so I look at things a little differently. So that's been our fun talk about board games. We went way down too many rabbit holes here. Next time we're going to be talking about Christian date nights because the dating scene has changed over the years.
Yeah.
It must be harder to go out because you're still in the dating scene.
Yes,
I'm long past the dating scene.
Almost 3 years, so it's crazy.
So we're going to talk about that next week.
Yeah.
But what else do we have to...
if you have any fun board games, I would love to see because obviously we're obsessed with board games.
share these comments. Put them up on Facebook. I'm going to do another board games post.
You can attach a link so we can go like find where to buy it or
Oh,
whatever.
I could attach so many links.
Okay,
I'll take a picture of my board game
definitely
shelves
should.
just for you.
That'd be so fun.
But yeah, because we're starting to build this up on YouTube and
Yeah.
Facebook. So comment away, let us know. Our Dave report this week is Dave has been busy. He and I are trying to work on scheduling some stuff around. We're working on voice tracking here at the radio station. So the Dave report, he's busy. Yay, Dave!
Super thrilling.
Life is so thrilling around here, So that's it for
good.
this week's
Lots
The Bridge
of
Live.
things.
We'll be back with you next Tuesday since we won't be near a window. It's the
We were
most
trying to
interesting-
change up the scene for you guys, but we tried.
It
We
looks really
did.
good.
It looks
but
good. I wish you
it's
could
not going
see
to go
it.
live from the windowsill. Sorry. It's like, nope, I hate you.
Yeah, it doesn't like us very much over there.
So also make sure you look at our bridge stories on YouTube. We started with Evelyn. We have some more coming. I've got Kathy Enderbrock ready to go, and we're lining up more for you guys to watch. Stay tuned here at the radio station. We started MoneyWise Live 3 to 4 in the afternoons. I can't even remember.
It's 3.
3 to 4.
I was trying to figure out what numbers you were talking about.
Great
Was it
show.
4
We
weeks
had some
ago?
technical problems yesterday because the satellite provider mixed up our box, so we had some dead air when it started. I had to play it off the internet. But yeah, we're back to normal today.
Yeah, so that one's a good one. Check that out. Of
What
course,
else?
subscribe to the newsletter. We've got fun things.
Yeah, you can
always,
subscribe on
so.
the front page. Our app is up and running.
Yes. Looks
everything's
really
just
good.
looking
Gavin
really
did a really,
good.
really good job on the app. He's been working really hard on it. So everyone should go look at it and post on Facebook telling us how much you just love and appreciate Gavin and all his hard work on it because it looks amazing and it works like a charm.
We have a big social media thing coming up. We're going to be revamping most of it. You'll see more live videos and more fun. And
We're excited.
everyone loves quote graphics.
Yeah.
Like I'm
If
doing
there's something specific y'all would like to see more of on Instagram or Facebook, I would
Let us
say
know.
we would love to, get y'all's feedback on things. That way we know how to
They'll
better
say
help
more
y'all.
quote graphics because I'm doing
They
the
are
14
fun.
Days of God's Valentines right now, and each one of those hits at least 1,000
They're fun.
people. It's crazy.
Dang.
It's crazy how far quote graphics go. So we'll see you guys next
There you
week.
go. All right, see you Tuesday.
We'll have fun talking about Christian date nights. I've never actually had one, so this is going to be interesting.
Wait,
I'm the ignorant masses.
Wait, what?
I'm the ignorant masses. I'm the heathens. We go get drunk and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
She's all, yeah.
That sounds really, really awful to me. That does not sound fun.
Oh, it
to me
sounds
at all.
awful to me today, but back in the day, I didn't give two
See,
shits.
I'm almost 23 and that still sounds like, ugh.
So
I'm
it'll
not that
be
kind of person. I'm a very old soul, I feel like.
a very interesting talk next week. We'll see you then.
Bye.